Today, I got another backyard banger for you, where we're going to send some nuisance tree rats to Pound Town, along with a little fun squirrel hunt with my son and cousin, where we caught up with a big old buck fox squirrel who was in full rut over at the farm. Today's episode is brought to you by Hemingway e-bikes. More on that later in the video as they come in clutch during that farm hunt. First thing though, let's dive right into this shot. Man, those tannerite pellets are something else. I'm definitely on team boom juice when it comes to ammo choices. Have you ever wondered what happens in the blink of an eye? Well, this shot might have had been a tad bit too low due to me switching some ammo, but the slow motion pass through and bullet expansion from this unique side angle that you're about to see is just absolutely jaw dropping. No pun intended. Right there. Oof. Look at that pass through. How crazy is that? Diving deeper into the world of slow motion marvels, I'm up in the ante with a little double whammy. A double tap from the 9mm and Mr. Hollow Point Slug. Oh, look at the expansion. That looks like a lead frisbee coming out after that impact. And those exit wounds, whoa, those aren't just holes, man. That looks like I unzipped that squirrel. The power of this little backpacker is just absolutely crazy in 9mm. Oh man, look at that. In real time, you don't see any of this through the scope. This is all pretty quick, 3-4 seconds. So this third shot, well, definitely unnecessary. But what it did do is save me some money on investing in a bad wall mount, that's for sure. I've been playing around with a bunch of new tools, from this FX chronograph to these awesome thermal binos from ATN. More on both of these in a couple of weeks as I get a little bit more time to use them. As you've seen though so far, these 9mm Mr. Hollow Points are nasty. The expansion is just insane on some of these shots you've seen here today. They aren't as accurate as the Hades pellet, but I don't think this critter gives a shit. And this rig is about killing. This is not a paper puncher. So, look, a little bit high, who cares? That thing is dead as a doornail. You know, many of you think me using the eye as a point of aim is cruel, but at this angle, it's just a gateway to a clean, ethical dirt nap. And, I don't know, maybe perhaps a little bit of messy downrange footage, but the point is at that angle, it literally is a straight line right to the brain. Switching things up a bit, we had family in town, so we decided to take the e-bikes up for a rip around the farm to see if we could catch a big old fox squirrel like I did on a solo hunt earlier this year. Man, that was close to the tree. You know what? Better to be lucky than good sometimes, and hopefully the luck was with us on this hunt. The new C1 Kids e-bike from Hemingway has made it super easy to convince my two little kids to swap the Xbox controller or iPad for a little outdoor adventure with their old man. It's been a game changer for us as a family, so much so that we've got two of them now, so that my youngest, well, she'll be able to join us here soon as well. While they may look just like a cool toy to them, I look at it as a key to unlocking some great experiences that I can only hope live with them forever. So this day, my son Jack, my cousin Brandon, and I we're ripping around, having some fun on the e-bikes out in the woods. First and foremost, that's what we were up to. But we would stop periodically to do a little spot and stalk. We got Jack on thermal duty, helping us spot them on the ground or up in the trees using the ATN Binox thermal binos. These things are incredible, by the way. Well, he spotted one, so we made our move. So while Jack stayed on the high ground with the ATN thermals, Brandon and I flanked from the left and the right as we approached the big oak where Jack had spotted it. The squirrel must have heard Brandon step on a branch or something as it looped quickly around the tree just for a perfect shot at about 35-40 yards from me. Thankfully, Brandon was filming from his phone, as not only did I just completely botched the parallax for the scope cam, the battery died just as I was pulling the trigger right here. My buddy that owns this farm has a random kind of meat freezer in the garage for hunts that you only get 1 or 2. So that's where the meat went from this guy. But we're a big fly fishing family as well, and I wanted to show my son how you can use their big fluffy tails for fly tying. So getting his tail off, this was not our best effort, but we eventually got it off, and it was pretty clean. We salted it up, threw it in a bag, and we were back off to the car. Then once we got home, though, my cousin tied up this absolute beauty of a streamer. While I'm guilty of buying a lot of my flies, and if you're honest with yourself, I'm sure you guys do too, but there is something super relaxing and rewarding about tying your own fly. So I'll 100% be using this guy for some big browns or those landlocked salmon when we hit the Ausable up in upstate New York in a secret but not so secret spot. If you know, you know. Thanks again to Hemingway for really helping motivate my kids to get back out into the outdoors. They gave me a promo code to give you guys $150 off of this new C1 Kids e-bike. So I'll throw a link and the promo code near the top of the description. You can go there if you're interested. If you want more info on the bike itself, though, check out my son's full review on my Clips channel. I'll throw a link at the top of the description as well. Retreating back to the familiar grounds in my backyard, I'm setting the stage for yet another slow-mo double tap. This time, the aftermath left us with a visual clue that we hit the mark, the old eye smoke. And you're gonna see it right here. The goal of the double tap is a lethal shot each time I pull the trigger. And as we take one last look at this one, you'll see just that. One to the dome and a punch to the lower vitals. I've been thinking about dying. And now, for a moment that I even had to watch back a few times to fully appreciate. Possibly the best double tap miss I have ever captured on film. The first shot, well, it lands with surgical precision right on the shoulder, which will then result in a hard punch. The second, a rare miss for me, at least on film. But check out that expansion on the first shot as you see it come out here. This is just a beauty of filming in slow-mo. It reveals the unseen nuances of different airgun ammo, and it's quite frankly why I do it. Every once in a while, I forget to hit the record button on the scope cam. And we're going to wrap things up for today's video with just one of those. A side-by-side thermal and GoPro shot. Man, thermal is so badass. Nothing can hide. If you like shots like this, you should probably watch this video next.